What if everything you think and feel is just a whisper in the wind? What if your deepest desires, your most profound thoughts, have absolutely no impact on the world around you? This unsettling idea is at the heart of epiphenomenalism, a philosophical theory that challenges the very essence of what we believe it means to be human. It suggests that consciousness, the very core of our being, is nothing more than a silent passenger along for the ride. Imagine a train journey. The powerful engine churns, driving the train relentlessly forward. Passengers gaze out the windows, mesmerized by the ever-changing scenery. But what if the passengers are merely observers? What if their presence, their thoughts, their emotions have no effect whatsoever on the train's trajectory? Epiphenomenalism, put simply, is the idea that consciousness is a byproduct of brain activity, a shadow cast by the intricate dance of neurons. This concept suggests that while our thoughts and feelings are real, they do not influence the physical processes of the brain. Just as a projector casts an image on a screen, our brains generate the subjective experience of consciousness. The image on the screen is vivid and detailed, but it is merely a projection. However, the image itself has no power over the projector. It cannot change the film or alter the light. Think of a steam engine billowing smoke. The smoke is a visible byproduct of the engine's workings. The smoke is a result of the engine's workings, but it doesn't influence the engine's power or direction. It simply drifts away, carried by the wind. Similarly, epiphenomenalism posits that our thoughts, feelings and decisions are real, but ultimately inconsequential, like smoke rising from the complex machinery of our brains. They are byproducts, not drivers. This is a deeply counterintuitive idea. It challenges our everyday experience and intuition. After all, we experience our thoughts and feelings as having a direct impact on our actions. When we feel hungry, we eat. When we feel satisfied, we stop eating. When we desire success, we work hard. When we desire success, we work hard. We set goals, make plans, and take actions to achieve them. But epiphenomenalism asks us to consider a radical possibility. What if this apparent causal relationship is an illusion? What if our conscious experiences are just shadows with no real power to shape our actions? We feel so sure that our conscious thoughts drive our actions. Every decision, every move, we believe, stems from our deliberate thinking. But consider this. The feeling of making a choice might simply be a mental after effect, a narrative our minds create to explain our behavior. It's a way for our conscious minds to make sense of actions already set in motion by our brains. Our neurons fire, decisions are made, and only then do we become aware of them. The decision to lift your arm, for instance, might be made unconsciously, with your brain initiating the movement before you even realize it. The conscious awareness of that decision arises only after the fact, giving us the illusion that we are in control. Imagine a magician on stage. They perform an elaborate card trick, leading the audience to believe they've influenced the outcome. But we know it's an illusion. The magician's skill lies in making us believe we have seen something that didn't actually happen. The audience is captivated, convinced of their own free will in choosing a card, but it's all part of the magician's plan. The magician's movements, carefully planned and executed, create the appearance of free choice, while the true mechanics remain hidden. Behind the scenes, the magician orchestrates every detail, ensuring the outcome is exactly as intended. Could consciousness be the ultimate magic trick? A grand illusion that makes us feel in control? We feel like we're in control, calling the shots, making decisions with confidence. But what if our brains are the real magicians, orchestrating our actions behind the scenes? What if the true magic lies in the intricate workings of our neural pathways, creating the grand illusion of conscious choice? Epiphenomenalism throws a wrench into our traditional understanding of free will. If our actions are predetermined by unconscious brain processes, then the notion of genuine choice, the ability to have acted differently, becomes highly questionable. We become less like authors of our own lives and more like characters in a pre-written play. This has profound implications for our legal and moral systems, which are predicated on the idea that individuals are responsible for their actions. If free will is an illusion, does it even make sense to punish or reward people for their behavior? The implications are unsettling, to say the least. If our choices are simply the inevitable outcome of mindless physical processes, then the very foundation of personal responsibility seems to crumble beneath our feet. So, can we prove or disprove epiphenomenalism? This question has puzzled scientists and philosophers for decades. This is where things get tricky. The debate isn't just academic, it touches on the very essence of what it means to be conscious. The subjective nature of consciousness makes it incredibly difficult to study scientifically. Unlike other phenomena, consciousness is deeply personal and internal. We can observe brain activity and correlate it with certain thoughts or feelings, mapping out the neural pathways that light up during different mental states. But proving a causal link, or lack thereof, remains a significant challenge. The data often leads to more questions than answers. Imagine trying to prove the existence of a ghost. The analogy might seem far-fetched, but it illustrates the difficulty of proving something so elusive. You might hear strange noises or feel a cold spot, phenomena that suggest a presence, but the evidence is circumstantial at best. Attributing these phenomena definitively to a ghost is nearly impossible. The same goes for consciousness. We can observe its effects, but pinning down its essence is another matter. Similarly, while we can observe the neural symphony of consciousness, the intricate dance of neurons and synapses, proving that it's a mere sideshow, devoid of any causal power, is a daunting task. The complexity of the brain adds layers of mystery. This doesn't mean the question is irrelevant. On the contrary, it pushes us to explore deeper into the realms of both science and philosophy. The challenges inherent in studying consciousness should encourage us to think critically about the assumptions we make about our own minds and the nature of reality itself. It's a journey that requires both skepticism and open-mindedness, a willingness to question and to wonder. Epiphenomenalism paints a rather bleak picture of our place in the cosmos. It suggests that the universe is indifferent to our hopes, dreams, and aspirations. The beauty of a sunset, the joy of a child's laughter, the pain of heartbreak, all these deeply felt experiences are ultimately meaningless in the grand scheme of things. Imagine a vast, intricate clockwork mechanism, its gears turning with precise, predictable movements. The intricate patterns it creates might be beautiful to observe, but ultimately, they have no impact on the clock's function. Is this the reality we inhabit? A universe of astonishing complexity, yet utterly indifferent to the subjective experiences of the beings that inhabit it. If epiphenomenalism is true, does that mean our thoughts and beliefs are worthless? Not necessarily. Even if consciousness doesn't directly influence the physical world, it can still hold immense value within the realm of subjective experience. Think of a beautiful piece of music. It exists as sound waves, vibrations in the air, but the emotions it evokes, the memories it stirs, the sheer beauty we experience, these are all very real, even if they have no impact on the physical world beyond our own minds. The same could be said for our inner lives. Our thoughts, feelings and beliefs might not change the course of the universe, but they shape the landscape of our inner worlds, influencing how we experience and interact with everything around us. Epiphenomenalism presents us with a profound paradox. It challenges our deeply held intuitions about free will and the significance of consciousness. Yet, even if true, it doesn't negate the reality of our subjective experience. We still feel, we still think, we still wonder. The challenge, then, is to reconcile ourselves to the possibility that our conscious experience might not be the driving force we perceive it to be. Perhaps we are more like passengers than drivers, experiencing the journey of life without ultimately controlling the destination. This humbling realization doesn't diminish the wonder of existence. If anything, it highlights the precious and enigmatic nature of consciousness itself. So, does your consciousness even matter? Perhaps that's not the right question. Perhaps the more important question is, What will you do with this fleeting spark of awareness, this ephemeral flicker in the vast darkness of existence? Even if our thoughts are but whispers in the wind, they are our whispers. And in a universe that might be indifferent to our existence, the very act of thinking, feeling, and experiencing takes on a profound significance. The universe may not care what we think, but we do, and that in itself might be enough.